welcome to Ravenswood.
We are liars in Ravenswood.
That's right.
I think that's what we called this podcast.
Yeah.
Our bonus podcast, basically. So you're getting bonus content.
Wow. Lucky you, buddies.
Yeah, right? I swore I would never watch Pretty Little Liars. I also swore I would never watch Ravenswood again. And here I am. So
here we are. It's okay. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
This is the time to do it. Let's just cover all PLL stuff for now, because I don't know if we'll go into Original Sin and then Summer School.
There's still some more stuff we can cover with this show. You know, we have the Perfectionist that came really close to after the end of the show. And then we had the 2 new revivals of it.
Right. But this series takes place while PLL is still happening.
Yeah.
Right. And the others don't.
Right.
Okay.
So this one, it actually, and now I remembered this from many years ago, is the end of this show, which is the last like maybe two episodes. I have to do my research in the dates, but it does actually coincide with when we come back in January.
Wow.
So I think there was like 2 overlapping storylines, not storylines, but dates. So that should be interesting to see.
That is interesting.
I remember it being a little confusing as a viewer.
Yeah. Also, I took note, and I'm going to, for this series, of what day we're in. So like we did one day.
One full day.
One day.
Yeah, nighttime to nighttime, basically.
So I'm curious how the rest of this series will go, if it's just going to be one day each. That's a long time in Ravenswood, or... I mean...
We'll see. You don't
also,
know what
I'm like, are we time traveling? Are these the 5 teens that died? I'm sorry, I don't want to jump ahead. It's just, this is what's brewing in my head. I'm like, is there time travel? And I don't know if you'll tell me that.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
And would that be considered time travel? Is it reincarnation?
TBD.
Is it, I don't know. But I would love to start. If you could please give your hot take.
My hot take, here you go, is that I felt the acting on this show was superior to Pretty Little Liars. Is that a weird thing to say?
To me, when you dropped that, we're about to press play. Liss just nonchalantly says this, and I was like...
I did nonchalantly say it, yeah. What do you feel?
I mean, I felt like everybody did a pretty good job in this episode. It looks good. I'm intrigued.
Does.
Maybe because we've just been so... I don't know. We've been so conflicted with the past couple of episodes of PLL, and last week's was such a
while Michelle and I were editing last week's episode 413, Grave New World, we were both texting like, we were so negative.
So negative.
And if that offended anyone, apologies, but not really, because it's just
I know, it's just our opinions.
Just our opinions of what this was, and the consensus out there was that it's not favorable in the community. Reddit was all over the place going in on it. And honestly, I did my homework. I couldn't find anything about if there was talks about doing this episode differently, like what was in the creators and the directors and all their heads.
What a bummer.
I know, but I did find an article from Variety who had interviewed Marlene King to get her inspiration and reasoning for why they did the spinoff.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything with Grave New World, but at least there's why they wanted to do Ravenswood. So to sum it up, Marlene had explained that the fans really liked seeing that ghost girl during the Halloween episode, the first Halloween episode. And this prompted the network to offer a spinoff of a darker nature. She personally had a love for ghost stories and saw Ravenswood as a chance to dive deeper into darker supernatural themes, aka Curses, Haunted Town, break away from the PLL constraints. So apparently in the beginning of their contracts with ABC Family, they couldn't have adults be villains or be like the main villain, and she wanted to explore that a little bit here.
On Ravenswood?
No, in Pretty Little Liars.
Couldn't have adults be villains?
Or I guess like being the... Yeah, like it was like strictly like the adults cannot be a villain, which I think is really interesting. I guess because it's a family, it was a family network. There I go with the vocal fry.
I know. Well, same here. Look,
isn't that weird?
Is Wilden not an adult?
I guess in their eyes, maybe he's not an adult. I was like
Ezra,
thinking parents.
Byron,
yeah.
They're all villains. In one way or another.
In a way. I guess maybe they got around that somehow.
Or maybe because this is like, these adults are much darker. So maybe that's what she means by exploring that. Wow, okay.
Yeah, so and she wanted to expand the PLL universe through a fresh lens while keeping Caleb as the connective thread. Listener Cat says, was Caleb the right choice? And do you think anyone else would have been a better choice?
This is such a hard question because I don't know if we could have used one of the main girls.
Contractually, probably not.
Well, right. You know, and then I'm thinking of our side pieces. You could have done, oh my gosh.
Toby?
Yes, thank you. You could have done Toby, but I don't know if Toby would be as compassionate as Caleb is towards another person that's not Spencer.
You're absolutely right.
Or he would care about what's going on with so-and-so.
And nobody wants to see a spinoff with Ezra Fitz. Let's be real.
Nobody wants to see that. We probably don't care enough about Paige to go off on her own.
Paige.
So
Jenna, I don't think people would care enough about Jenna.
And she's
not
sketchy.
in it as much.
She's like Caleb. We know we pretty much know who Caleb
really
is.
like the heart of the show.
So he makes sense.
It makes sense. I think. Obviously, we discussed at length last week about the way that we introduce them into this show, which I think is still a poor way of doing it. Yeah. It would have been like Kat said. Why can't we have seen Caleb's tombstone, and that made him prompted to be in Ravenswood and help Miranda in his way of helping her. It's what happens in the show, but the way we got there,
right?
Not my favorite,
right?
But yeah, so this is the pilot. It aired October 22nd, 2013, which I said last week. It aired exactly the next episode right after this backdoor pilot / Halloween episode. It was written by Joseph Doherty, Oliver Goldstick, and Marlene King. So the same team, and directed by Ron Lagomarsino. Was he did direct last week, right?
I believe so.
So, you know, that's the brains of the operation. This is clearly what they were intending to do. And honestly, I liked it.
What was shooting schedule like? Do you know when this was shot?
I think
we briefly did talk about this.
We did.
And that's okay. I said to Liss, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can go and look up things about Ravenswood. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't, because what if PLL stuff, they try to tie it in, or I see some images.
Yeah, right. I don't think that if you were to do some digging, you would find much PLL stuff. Spoiler wise.
That would be a real bummer, wouldn't
it? But I also don't want you to be spoiled about what happens in Ravenswood. You know?
Oh, good point. Good point.
I really don't remember what happens. I did watch next week's episode, which I actually really enjoyed. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm hooked. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen.
Me too. And like I said, these characters, honestly, I could take or leave Caleb and Miranda. But the rest of the crew, so good.
Love Remy.
The twins and Remy, I'm so here for it.
Yeah, I want to know more about their story.
Yeah, and next week I'm like, oh, like I am interested.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this Romeo and Juliet business.
Yep.
I'm interested to see. Obviously, we have like these. The main plot is that the fallen soldier / teen stuff, but also we have the mystery of who killed the mayor.
That,
you know. I don't think they say he was the mayor, but he's the mayor of the town.
Okay.
And so the town is blaming their mother on his death. So that's like another mystery we have going on simultaneously with the what do Caleb and Miranda have to do with all of it?
Right, and also Miranda figuring out her past.
Right. So we'll start with Miranda and Caleb going up to her uncle's place in the daylight, which is nice. Mm-hmm. New sets, which are fantastic.
Everything looks really good.
The huge mausoleums, like this looks really cool, really good.
It does.
So they go up to Uncle Raymond, which we are so shocked about how young this dude is.
Yeah.
He cannot be he cannot be over 40. I'll say that.
I'm thinking
which I was like, he looks like her brother.
Yeah, he looks very, very young. I mean, is he a vampire?
Right, maybe. I hope that it's her mother's younger brother, right? Because it would seem a little strange if
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
I want to say, and I don't know if we get confirmation as of yet or if we ever do, but I feel like Miranda's parents probably got together really, really young.
Well,
had her really, really young, right?
I understand why she left and got married. So I think she left home and got married.
Right. Like she got knocked up and it was a surprise, but ultimately they were, content with their decision. And
yep.
I don't know. We meet Raymond. He is not a nice person.
No. Very cold. Wants nothing to do with her. And keeps saying, essentially, you don't understand why this ended up the way it ended up.
Right. Like, and he's like, and we don't really need to get into it. You're just going to leave and we don't really need to be friends. We don't need to be family, which is so sad because Mrs. Grunwald, who apparently has been working with the family for years, except for her brief stint working at a
we
college.
Just had to tie that in.
We had to tie it in. But for why? Like, why? What does it tell us about Grunwald that she worked at a school? I don't know why we did all that.
I honestly think it's a throwaway line. It's just to connect us back to PLL.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that
bothers me when we do throwaway things, but it's Pretty Little Liar universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the uncle, he's rude, and Caleb initially tries to defend Miranda and say like, "Hey, this is your only living family, your only living niece, and you're being rude to her." And so he doesn't really offer any like warmth towards them, but Mrs. Grunwald does a little bit, and she's like, "Okay, well, you come inside and you can, our house is yours, and give him some time to warm up." So yeah, I don't know. Really, it's really like, what is this about? I honestly don't know. What is this uncle about? Like, what's his problem? Is because death is all around him. They live in a funeral parlor.
Yeah,
that's in their basement or like in the next room. So that can't. I don't know. I feel like the juju there. It can't be good. Right.
I mean,
the auras. You need to like sage.
Yeah. On top of the fact that this is there's a lot of tragedy that happened in this town.
Lots and lots of death.
So you're surrounded by that. You live with death.
Yep.
Also, though, something happened to him. Unless this is just his cold exterior.
Right. Like something must.
He looks
traumatic.
like a vampire.
Yes. He seems like if you touched his skin, he would be
cold,
ice cold.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
He's
like a robot.
He's a Stephen Coletti vampire.
I know.
He really looks like Stephen Coletti.
And funny, in real life, his name is also Stephen.
Funny.
And his IMDb picture is literally him with this, what's that called? A casket.
Is it?
Yes. I'm like, oh, we couldn't get another picture for his IMDb profile, but okay.
Funny. That's funny.
Stephen Cabral, I think his name was. Stephen. But just like funny. His name is also Stephen. Caleb immediately is like, we're in town because we found our headstones. And he's like, that's impossible. I know every tombstone out there. I guess because he's the only one in the business in the town that he would know what, who all these people are. And I don't know you. And so when Caleb and Miranda head to the cemetery where the areas of both their graves were, it's now the tombstones are changed. And they're like, oh, the only person who knew about this was your uncle. He must have done something, told someone to do something. Why would they want to do this? It's like, we don't know.
We don't know.
So do you believe that they were actually there? Like Mike says, do you think that the graves were changed out? Or do you think this was like a foreshadowing that their graves were there, but then they weren't? And if you're saying like you and Vic saying like time travel, could that be like an alternate universe verse of like
exactly
they died in this life?
Yes, exactly. Which is like
so complicated.
It can make you nuts to try to figure out time travel and another life and the vortex, and it really can make your head hurt.
It can.
But I think Caleb and Miranda saw what they saw. I think that was there.
Yeah, they're like, we know we saw it.
I don't think the uncle actually had anything to do with the tombstones. I think that was just some supernatural haunting ghost. Maybe it was that woman spirit being. She seems to be very upset. And so I think she's killing the teenagers. The other 5 teens, I'll get back to your question, but the 5 teens that died, there was 2 sets. Did they die?
One died in a boating accident, which was Caleb and Miranda's ancestors, so we think.
And the other one's?
Car accident.
Okay, so now we combine the 2.
Basically. Yeah,
okay.
Actually.
All right, so this is the love child of we prefer water and cars. So we're going to go into
I didn't think about it that way, but yes.
Of water. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If oh God, if Caleb and Miranda,
they were a couple, also their ancestors.
Love that. We just had to add that element into it. But if their ancestor,
or if it whoever these people are, we're just gonna call them their ancestors for now until we know more.
You know when you have and you just can't get it out. I mean, this is me every week and my whole life. I see it in here. I cannot get it out. I just hope that these guys are not in a coma and we're gonna live out their ancestors' life for 9 episodes, and then they'll wake up. Hannah has to come get Caleb and be like, you were in a coma because you got into a car accident, and that's what Ravenswood was.
I will not add on.
No,
that
I know
because.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Also, like
you don't
I
know.
don't even really remember.
Well, what do you? What you watched next?
I watched next week's episode.
So you can't really predict with me.
Yeah, I again, it's fresh. I don't remember any. The one thing I remember when it came back to me is that they drove off the cliff, which obviously we'll get to.
So that's the only thing I remember. Could you answer that question about the tombstones? Do you think they were there? Or do you think the uncle had anything to do with it?
I don't think the uncle had anything to do with it. I think it's something, maybe like you said, the woman in black or whatever she was, Black Widow. I don't really know what they're calling her.
Well, they're calling them the wife of the mayor, right?
Oh, they call her the Black Widow too. Yeah,
but that woman also could be a Black Widow,
right? I don't know if she or some beings like made them think they saw it.
Oh, like a mind
trick, because clearly she's doing that with Miranda.
Yeah,
making Miranda think she's there. I mean, she might be there, but obviously she's like a supernatural entity. She's a ghost or spirit or something.
We're seeing only the same supernatural entity with the hand, or do you think it's multiple?
In my opinion, I feel like it's this one person.
I do too. She's doing the haunting,
right? And it's only seemed to be around Miranda
and water.
Right.
Which water is a big thing because this town flooded and lots of people died in the flood.
Yeah. Right.
So maybe she probably died by drowning or from the flood. And so then maybe that's how she tries to kill everyone else.
Like them dying the same way she did.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. So I'm excited to see what she's all about.
Yeah.
So we learned about Miranda's uncle. He's the mother's brother. He lives in, this is like a family owned business, like generational, that him and his father and his whatever, they all were in this business of a funeral parlor, and it's connected to their home. So during the day, Miranda has, like we said, witnessed this woman in black, and she is wet, but it, like, the longer we go into the episode, the more we see what she kind of looks like. So in the beginning it's just like hands, and then it's just her like popping out, and then she's gone. And then at one point she sees her outside. We kind of see her a little bit more, and when Miranda's like about to leave town, she writes in the mirror, or what we think on the windowsill, like she said last chance. So that's interesting.
That is an interesting message, because like last chance for you
to get out or
to stay, right? Discover things or
right, like it's so vague.
And there was a handprint, right? Last chance handprint. Could mean so many things.
Right? Miranda's freaked out. She's like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. Let's not stay. Obviously, plus her uncle is not very welcoming. So she's like, I really don't need to be here. But then Mrs. Grunwald says, well, Raymond would be happy if you guys stayed for dinner. Miranda says no, but Caleb says yes. So they stay for dinner. And it's so creepy. They have like this big candelabra in the middle. And it's like very like, everything's very like old and
it feels gothic.
Yes, very gothic and seems like they're almost in a different time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's like asking them about them exploring the town, and he's like, not really. Like, have you really seen anything? It's just he's vague and they're vague and they don't really have any answers for them besides the fact that he then gives her this photo album of her mother's.
Yeah, it's like a scrapbook.
Yeah. So she's going through it, and inside is a letter that was written to Miranda from her mother before she was born.
Oh, this actually was very
my God.
emotional.
I know. It was very, really sad.
Yeah.
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 We don't really see the rest of the letter. I think next week we will read a little bit more of what she had said to her, which is nice. But at this point, then Caleb, he goes to the bath, which we'll get to. So while Miranda's having her day with this woman in black and reading her mother's letter, Caleb is investigating because he's like, we need to figure out something. I'm going to go to the local newspaper. Maybe they're going to have clippings or like history on who we are and what happened here. So he meets Remy, this is her family business. They own the Ravenswood Gazette. And he asks around, and Remy's like about to help him, but then her father interjects and is like, well, you can't really go downstairs because it was where the morgue was, and we don't trust people to go alone. But I don't know. The vibe was kind of like, he said, what did you say your name was again? Oh, Rivers. Like, it seemed like maybe he had heard the name before, or he knew him somehow. The uncle too. Weird. Like,
well, I think if it's one of the 5 teens, I think this is a small town. We know about the 10 teens that died. And maybe you just clock that name.
Right.
We're also waiting to hear from Caleb's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Jamie.
We don't get. No. He picks up a phone call from him, but we
don't get any information from
Not
him.
Yet. Or maybe we
Not
don't.
yet. I want to say, and remember how you asked me if he was on the island on Pretty Little Liars, and I was like, he is here. But I'm pretty sure the actor comes in at one time on the show.
Wow.
I could have made that up.
That would be good, though.
Right? At least we're keeping the same actor,
and you know what?
Bringing him
like
to the story.
Last week, we were like, why is Caleb staying? Okay, his tombstone was shown. This is weird. We're like, he's just here to help Miranda. At least now Caleb is also involved with the whole story. I don't know why we had to have him and Miranda be together, the ancestors be together. Anyway, okay. All right, Caleb, continue.
You'll understand. So Caleb, he asks Remy. Remy can't really give him any information. He leaves. And then later on, she shows him on her phone, she had taken a picture of the news clipping. Like, this looks exactly like you. And he drowned. I'm going to figure out more about him.
I burst out laughing.
That picture was so ridiculous.
It's like they took a picture of present day Caleb and just photoshopped his head, but didn't do a good job because it feels like it's like slightly floating above the neck.
He looks like he's dressed like Alfalfa in the Little Rascals.
I think we could have done, I don't know what we could have done, but maybe a hat would have helped.
Yeah, an old-timey hat or something.
Something.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then he experiences his own paranormal thing where he's in the bathtub because Grunwald says we only have bathtubs here, we don't have showers.
It's a big tub.
It's a huge tub. You'll love it. And it's so strange that we need to see Caleb so long in the bath and so he's undressed and it's weird. I feel like a voyeur.
Yes, it's very strange.
But he gets attacked by the shower curtain, and over his head looks like someone is trying to drown him. And then when he, comes to, nobody is around. And he's like, I wasn't dreaming. I did witness this. And he tells Miranda, I think it's your uncle who tried to drown me. So Miranda's like, no, there's supernatural stuff going on. Caleb's like, I'm still not convinced.
This annoyed me, especially when before the tub incident, he goes to meet Miranda and she's in her room and she tells him what happened. Like, I saw a figure and there was water on it. And he's like, are you sure? There might be a water leak in this place. Like, you literally just talked to Remy, and Remy told you about all the weird stuff of Ravenswood.
Yeah.
Can you please, like,
it's a haunted town.
Right.
It's creepy.
And then they're walking to town later on, and he takes forever to tell her about his paranormal experience. He should have ran out of the bath and be like, we gotta go now.
She's like, oh, you took a really long time in the tub. He's like, well, your uncle tried to
like,
drown
oh, by the way. Right. He doesn't view it as, I guess, a paranormal situation.
But yeah, he did wait all day to tell her about that.
Ugh.
But yes, you did mention Remy, so a little bit more on her. She helps out Caleb and Miranda later at the Gazette. So they uncover that this town of Ravenswood had a huge flood in like the 1800s, and many lives were lost. The town feels haunted, but Remy says, I love living here. You know, we've rebuilt, but people back in the day at camp, they used to make fun of my town because there's a lot of death here. And so she goes home, and we learn that Remy's mother has just got back from Afghanistan, and she is the only survivor in her whole troop.
Yikes.
Right? That is a lot to deal with. Her mother is really distant, at least to her father. She's trying to be a good parent, I see, to Remy, but the mother-father relationship is a little strained now.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, she seems to have nightmares, night terrors. I don't know if this is something that she's always had, or it's just because of what just happened.
Yeah.
They're not really sure if it's a recent thing or if it's something that she's always gone through. But she says, well, I'm going to sleep on the couch because I don't want to wake your father. And she's like, tell Luke I said hello. Like, she seems like she cares about Remy and what's going on in her life.
Yeah.
Not maybe as strict as the father.
Right.
Well, we'll see like why the father has
I also think it's
opinions about things.
She's been away. So dad has been doing a lot of the parenting, solo parenting.
Yep.
So I think that probably, and she works with her dad.
Right. So. She helps out the family business.
Yeah.
But the mother, she's struggling, and she keeps saying like, this isn't fair. What happened? I don't know why I'm still here. And this kind of triggers something in Remy's mind, which we will get to. But before that, to tie in the other two characters, we meet Olivia and Luke, who are twins. They recently have lost their father to what seems like a murder. Mm-hmm. He was the mayor. I don't know if they say that in this episode. I don't think they did. No, but he was the mayor of the town. And the whole town is blaming their mother for his death.
And Luke also thinks.
Yeah, he does.
His mom killed his dad. Yeah, he does. Their dad.
Yeah, imagine that.
I'm excited to explore that. I hope we do. I'm assuming we do.
Yeah, and what sucks even more is that the Ravenswood Gazette had posted in their paper that she did kill him. So now the whole town is still in an uproar, and every time they see them, that is like a bold statement to
like,
say.
how do you post that with
not having the facts? I mean,
right, or truth behind it? Yeah,
I guess maybe they just imply that she did, because the cops apparently are not helping.
Yeah, right.
The mother's the grave of the father has gotten Black Widow spray painted on it. The town is not dealing with this well. They think that this family, they're like kind of like outing, like trying to get this family out of town. Like they're like running them out of town is what I should say. It's very sad. Mike says, do you think Luke and Olivia's dad's death has anything to do with the mystery of this town?
I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of like, seems like it, what would it have to, how would that relate?
Yeah. Not at this time.
I don't remember. I'm going to say no. I'm not sure. So Olivia, she's a homecoming queen. She seems to have these, per her brother, superficial relationships with people. Her best friend Tess and her boyfriend Dylan. We don't really know anything about them in this episode. We kind of just briefly mention them. She still manages to go to homecoming because she is nominated. And during this time, they have the cars that take out all the candidates, basically.
Yeah, I understood Liv riding with Dylan, but Tess was also riding. Yeah,
I wonder if Tess also was a candidate.
She part of court,
maybe, or maybe like best friend kind of thing.
Oh, best friend court.
I don't know.
I was thinking, runner up, princess.
Maybe, yeah,
I don't know, prom princess, prom queen, prom princess. Here's court.
Prom princess, prom queen.
I don't know, but yeah, they're having like another celebration, which I also thought was strange. Like
right,
Ravenswood, we just had like Founders Day.
Right, they just had a party the night before.
Now it's celebration.
So it seems.
And Caleb commented on that, right? Like, oh, you guys have lots of parties. Going to the parade tonight. Celebration parade.
I love parades. I love to hang out and have fun. So she goes to homecoming. She gets red paint splashed all over her, which embarrasses the crap, right? Embarrasses her so much. She, gets out of the car and she runs away. And this is when Luke goes and he comforts her. Luke, he keeps to himself. From what we understand, he never was this way. It's like a new thing, obviously, since their father has passed away. He seemed to like also have like be kind of popular and have a good group of friends, but has since really not communicated to anyone. He's really angry. He had called the cops about the grave, but of course they're not really, what are they going to do about it? Because the town really doesn't believe anything they have to say. And then as you said, Luke says to his sister, like, I do think mom killed dad. So that's a statement to say to your sibling.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's like, he says, you don't have to shut me out. I'll be there for you. And she goes, same for you. You could talk to me about things. And he's like, well,
right.
Since you opened that door, I think mom killed dad.
Yeah. And we don't really go into it, obviously, in this episode, but we'll get into it a little bit more next week. And then we have this like tragic love between, well, as of right now, between Luke and Remy, which at first you kind of think like maybe they once were friends and then after this happened, they shut each other out of their lives. But in reality, her dad owns the paper. They wrote the story about his mother and he's like, you wrote the story about my mother. Like, we can't really connect. He's been distant, but they ultimately do have feelings for each other. She does call him her boyfriend. So I don't know if it's like a secret between people or just from her father or what, but her father does end up seeing them together.
Who does Luke get into altercation with at the cafe?
His name was...
Yeah.
I want to say it was Trevor. But I think that... No, his name is not... His name is Trevor on the OC.
I was like, man, that guy looks familiar. And then Liss is like, oh, he's from the OC. He was in one episode,
He was in one episode. His name is... Oh, man.
Oh, Skipper? Shiver. Skinner?
Skinner? Shipper. Skipper?
Something like that.
His name is Brock Kelly in real life. And
Shivers?
You're right. You're so close. I know you're so
Skimmer?
close.
Scooper. What is his name? Something like that, isn't it?
Yes, you're so
Scrappy?
close. He was also in Pitch Perfect.
Oh, maybe that's how I know his face.
Maybe. His name was, oh my God, Springer. Zachary Springer. Sorry that took so long.
Okay, but we were
Zachary
close.
Springer. Yeah, so him and Luke, I guess, I don't know if they were ever friends, but he's not a nice person, it seems.
So in this scene, I just want to make sure, and just so I keep everybody straight, they're in the cafe. We have Caleb and Remy talking. Luke comes in. There's a teacher figure. I don't understand.
Yeah, what's that about? We don't know yet.
We don't need that. Anyway, Luke and Spinner. Oh my God. I already forgot it.
Spinner, right? Wait, what am I calling him?
Can we just call him?
We can call him Skipper if you want.
Okay, so Skipper and Luke.
Springer
Spaniel. Okay, so Springer Spaniel and Luke get into it, but as Springer Spaniel is going to approach Luke, Caleb puts out his leg to trip him, right?
Yeah.
So later on, when they pick up Luke and his sister,
like Luke's like pissed about that.
Why was Caleb and Luke so nasty?
I guess because maybe Luke was like, don't interfere like in your business. Like he says to him, are you and Remy friends? And he's like, not really. Like,
yeah, okay, like I don't trust you, I don't know you,
right? And Springer basically doesn't say anything of importance other than like, where's your sister? Absolute nonsense that pisses off Luke, and they want to fight each other. And so then Caleb interferes, but Luke is like, mind your P's and Q's, dude, like I don't need your help. And so I guess he's kind of annoyed with Caleb about that. Yeah. As we said, Remy's father wants them to keep their distance, and Remy's like, that's because you wrote this article. And he's like, no, I also just like don't really trust them. Like, take my word for it. I don't want to talk about it now in front of your mother, but like, you got to stop seeing him.
So that's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, I can understand like as like a father not wanting his daughter to get involved with a murder story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then it's like leading on to like he knows more, and maybe somehow Luke was involved by accident
with his father's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
How would the dad know that? Mr. Gazette. Mr. Remy. Do we have a name for him yet?
Oh,
don't look it up. I don't think we learned his name yet, or they shook hands and he met Caleb, or
yeah, I don't remember his name.
Mr. Gazette.
Mr. Gazette.
Mr. Gazette.
Mr. Ravenswood Gazette.
Mr. Gazette.
Vic says, who did we like paired the best? She enjoyed the twins.
I enjoyed them. I liked Remy and Luke.
I really like Remy and Luke, and I like them a lot next week too.
Yeah, I just like Remy.
I think she's
the best.
I think she is phenomenal.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As like an actress and character, I'm like, this is what I want.
So natural.
She's so natural.
Yeah.
Brett Deer is also great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but there's something, her name is Brittany. Brittany, I had it up. Of course. Olford. Brittany Olford. Yeah.
She's great.
She's done a lot of work since. Actually, most of them have done a lot of work.
Yeah,
since.
You were saying that too before we started.
We know that they, like, that's what I said, like in the beginning. I'm like, wow, these people are like, these are actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it what you want, the crappy dialogue. I feel like the dialogue wasn't terrible. I think the continual trying to scare the audience was a little much, and I think that's what kind of throws people off about this show is like they do a little bit too much, too heavy-handed.
Yeah.
But the acting, I have to say, you can't fault them there. They're good.
It feels different. It definitely feels different.
I feel like I'm not really watching. I mean, yes, maybe I'm watching a freeform show, but it seems it could be, you know,
it could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse. Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the mystery of the town and how these 5 characters kind of connect to each other.
Yes.
So Remy had previously done a report about soldiers that have come back from Ravenswood soldiers that have come back with like these crazy events where there's a massacre and they have survived. They're the lone survivor. So she's putting all these pieces together, realizing, okay, this is not just something that will happen one time. This is happening over and over, twice to be exact, where I keep calling them fallen soldier. That's not the right word. Someone has come home as a Ravenswood survivor, and now these 5 teens are always seniors in high school, die. So the first time was a boating accident, which is where Caleb and Miranda's ancestors or whoever they are died. And then the second time was a car crash. So she finds that really creepy, and she ends up telling this to Caleb and Miranda in the car. And actually, we also see Uncle Raymond like spying on them in town. I don't really know what that's about.
Yeah.
He's just like in the background.
Well, you mean when they're going to go get their bus tickets?
Yeah. Yeah. Like during like them outside and them talking to Remy.
Yeah. Grunwald was like, you know, I put your bedroom across from your niece's. Like I set up the bed across from your niece's back at the house. And Raymond's like, not necessary. I don't think they'll be back. Yeah. That's strange.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
Raymond, you don't have an established bedroom in this house?
I don't know. It's weird.
Like you were going to move your bedroom closer to be by your niece? Like Carla thought that was like, what?
Yeah, that's weird.
I know this is going that's really weird.
Yeah.
So, like,
I also think I interpreted that differently. I thought I understood that as she was putting up Caleb's room near hers.
Oh, that makes so much more sense, and I bet you're right. And maybe because he quickly, that makes so much more sense. Because Raymond didn't even look up for. He was just like, "Oh, they won't be back." So yeah, you're probably right. Okay, thank you.
I think that's what she's.
I'm so dumb sometimes.
That's not you being dumb. It's also I also don't even know if that's really what happened.
Liss.
I could be making it up in my brain.
This guy lives in this house. I'm pretty sure he has an established bedroom.
No, but the way she had said it was strange. And so I just assumed she was talking about, I thought she said him. I just thought she meant Caleb.
She did. We could just move on.
But she said, like, I thought she'd want to be near him. Like, again, with the weird, like, they were once in a relationship in their past lives. Does that mean Grunwald knows something about them?
Well, also, they're traveling together.
Also traveling
regardless
together,
of if I was dating my guy friend, I'd probably want to stay near them in a weird, creepy house.
And not creep. All right. And also, when Miranda says that she was staying in her mom's old bedroom, Grunwald, like, clocked that. Like, she was like, what do you mean? Like, I think Grunwald knew that something happened in the room.
Well, she got.
Is this woman her mom?
You think Grunwald's her mom?
No, is this wet woman Miranda's mom?
Oh, I thought that.
Right? But why would she want to kill her? You know? Why would she? Yeah.
Yeah. Why would she want to haunt and kill her? Unless she's like, I need you to be with me.
Maybe.
That's so vengeful. Where's the husband? Where's her dad?
Yeah.
Because they died together, right?
I assume so. It seems that way, that both her parents died at the same time. So then I'm thinking, okay, were they young enough? Were they seniors in high school when she got pregnant with Miranda? Because then did they die in one of these accidents?
And that would be.
And now it's like history repeating itself again.
Right.
You know?
Yes, I do know. And that would
make sense, sort of.
Yeah. And that is so weird though, because we didn't see the other set of 5 teenagers. Okay. So the boating accident that has Caleb and Miranda's ancestors, this happened in like what? When did this happen?
I thought it was like the 1800s. I don't really know.
So a long time ago. The car accident.
I don't know when that happened.
Well, it just happened.
You mean the most recent one?
Yes.
Oh, no. And then Remy had wrote a report about a recent car accident.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
She did.
She did say that, right?
She did just say that. So a recent car accident. Because I'm like, how recent could have been Miranda's parents in that car accident?
Yeah, maybe unlikely. Maybe so. Maybe
but
that's not right.
I would see that's a lot. Then this family is like truly cursed with car accidents.
And that would make sense as to why her uncle is so like distant and cold. Like he's lost every family member. Maybe this way.
Right. And
maybe he just assumes she's going to like die.
Right. And he's trying to protect himself.
Yeah. Who knows? But we will see.
God.
All right. So Remy has Caleb and Miranda in the car. She sees that at this point, Luke and Olivia are walking home. So she says, I'm going to pick them up. We won't mention anything that happened that we figured out, but I'm going to pick them up. And this is when like Caleb and they all like don't really like each other. Then the car is silent, basically. And then they're like, oh, crank up. That part was like the only really corny part where Luke is like, can you make the radio louder? And I'm like, oh, here we go.
What was crazy about this too is Remy just finishes telling like, oh my gosh, this theory that she has.
Right.
My mom is now home. She's the only one who survived. 5 teenagers in a car.
Let me pick up 2 other kids while I got 3 of them.
Caleb and Miranda are like, I guess you wouldn't think it's going to happen to you.
I guess not.
And you're going to a diner. And she's like, we'll be there soon. I'm like, isn't Ravenswood like a circle? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Turn up the music.
Yeah, turn up the music. It's raining. It starts to really pour. And Miranda then sees the woman in black again. No one else seems to see her.
Well, right.
You know, and so then Miranda takes the wheel and drives them off the bridge into the river. And they're sinking. And it's anxiety watching that. Ugh.
Teen shows love cars going.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Over bridges into water.
They sure do. Yeah. And we get a closer look of like the spirit woman.
Yeah, she's creepy.
She's really creepy. But she also kind of looks young.
She does.
Like she looks like she could be a younger girl.
Yeah.
Maybe she is. And that's like
not a kid though.
No, not a kid, but maybe like their age.
Yeah.
Or once obviously was their age.
Mm-hmm.
see. Vic wonders if they had then drove into another dimension or like
I love that idea.
Another time.
Yes, I love that idea.
Because, how are we going to have the rest of the show if these kids are all dead?
Well,
or
right.
maybe.
And it's like, do we open up next week and everything's totally normal? And we're like, wait a minute, you guys were all in a car accident last week. Are they the only ones that realized they were in a car accident and no one else realizes it?
Everyone's like, wait, what?
You didn't. Or they're like, what happened? And then Miranda's like, you don't understand. Like, I saw a figure. That I could see that happening. Because if we're going to go into other things about these characters next week,
yeah,
maybe this actually did happen. Or maybe in Miranda's mind this happened and they all actually ended up at the diner, and then Miranda wakes up, she's like, oh, what the heck? She doesn't remember anything. Like, what are you talking about? You got like a hamburger and vanilla shake.
Yeah.
All of it's possible.
It is all possible. They could all be dead. They could all be alive.
They could all time travel.
They could all have been a different time. They could be in a different dimension.
Oh, that's where I was going at.
They could be like reincarnated.
If they were reincarnated or in a different dimension, that means like Caleb experienced that and then goes back to Rosewood as a changed person. Or maybe he doesn't actually remember it, and it doesn't matter when we get there because there's no supernatural in PLL.
Yes.
In Rosewood, I should say. Yes. Because this is PL. We are still in Little Liars.
Yes, we're still in the same universe. Yep. Universe. Same universe. Yes.
So this was one day. One day in November.
One day in November, yes.
Okay.
Mike had sent over ice cream.
Yes.
For this episode.
Which, what a treat.
What a treat.
Let me pull that up.
But yeah, like that's the episode.
All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah. What do you think the local ice cream parlor is called in Ravenswood? Collin's Creamatoery. Oh, no. She didn't read before. Creamatoery. How do you say it?
Like a.
I know what it is.
Like a
crematory.
Crematory. That's what I would say.
Crematory.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Crematory. Yeah. I think the dashes threw me off. Crematory.
That's hard to say too.
Oh, okay. The scoop of the week is Rocky Road, creamy chocolate ice cream, gooey marshmallow swirl, mini chocolate chips, and chopped roasted almonds.
Yep.
If this episode is any indication of how the rest of the series will be, it is going to be a very rocky road. While the rocky part in the ice cream is the almonds, besides the whole episode being rocky, the rock in the road is the creepy ghost spirit lady. Fortunately, this flavor might send some people over the moon. It won't send anyone over a bridge. I give this episode a 2. It left me interested to watch the next episode only to see if they survived.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Mike really didn't enjoy Ravenswood. He's never watched the show.
Oh.
So this is his first time viewing and he actually didn't like it.
And he joined us tonight in our live watch together.
He said this is his third time watching it.
And I think, did he say like, unfortunately, this is my third time?
Let's say like overall thoughts. Like again, we're intrigued to watch the next episode. I thought the acting was superb.
I think this is the cleanse we needed.
This is the cleanse we needed after.
I needed a PLL break, unfortunately. A
we
Rosewood
saw.
break.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Me too. I'm glad we're doing this.
Me too. I'm excited to see what happens because, I keep saying this. I don't remember. And none of it's really coming back to me. The only thing I remembered that sort of came back was the car crash. And that was it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember just not really enjoying the series, but maybe that's because at the time I just wanted more answers on PLL, and I was like, I don't really actually need any of these because it doesn't matter in the long run.
I would probably feel the same way if I was watching this in real time.
Watching it now,
it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, for what it is, and they wanted to do this creepy show. I think they succeeded, at least for a pilot.
For sure. It's a strong pilot.
Yeah, you want to watch it and see what else happens.
Yeah.
So that's, I feel like, all you can ask for a pilot.
Yeah.
And I feel like they really did a good job of like creating characters that you care about already.
Yes,
and
I
that
agree.
are like sort of interesting.
I agree. I'm curious about all these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I got to tell you, I had very low expectations coming in tonight.
Me too.
And this is what a tonal change from last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as I said, I watched next week and I'm like, okay, yeah, I really like that one too.
Yeah.
I hope it continues.
Yeah. You talked about how we're going to do this series last week. You've told our Betties, but do you want to just explain so the listeners know what's coming?
Yeah. So we are bulk watching.
Yeah.
Michelle and I are binging essentially Ravenswood.
How fun.
It's
How
fun. Yeah. We haven't really binged
Yeah.
like this in a while. I mean, 10 episodes.
Since
quick.
When we covered the new Gossip Girl.
Yes. So next episode will be episodes 2 through 5.
All in one episode.
So we're not obviously going to do a summary. We're just going to do the gist of it and talk about our thoughts and our feelings and what we liked, what we didn't like.
Right.
And then 6 through 10 will be our final episode. And we'll wrap up this little mini bonus series. And then we'll be back for 414 for our patrons, obviously, end of October.
Yeah. I think this is a great way. I think it's just the perfect amount.
Me too.
Of a bonus. That way
3 episodes. That's
the
it.
listeners don't have to feel like you guys did in real time watching PLL and having to wait and just giving Ravenswood for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
This is
totally
just condensed.
right. And if like Ravenswood is not your thing, then obviously you're not here. But if you are and you don't want to continue watching the show, then in like a couple weeks we'll be back for the regular show.
Right.
Into 4B.
Right.
And talk about what an atonal shift that is.
Yeah. Wow. So this is really kind of like a roller coaster where we were at 413 and then Ravenswood and then a tonal shift of 4B. So it just feels like we're on a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Also, I'm just coming up with this now. Michelle doesn't know, but I would like to do a tiny little bonus clip of me telling you what happens in the books.
Yes. I would love that.
So stay tuned for that. I'm going to figure out when we're going to record that little bonus episode so I can tell Michelle what happens, because I remember when I found out what happens in the books, it was after the Mona reveal, and that changed the way I watched the show. But I think you deserve to know. Now that we know Allie's alive, I think you deserve to know.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm curious. I don't know why this sparked this thought to me, but are there any people out there who watched Ravenswood but not PLL?
That's a great
question. Just tuned in for this series and then it made them want to watch PLL. Like, was their entry point Ravenswood? Is there anybody? I would be curious to hear their thoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive deep on that. See if there's anyone on Reddit that was like, I came here for Ravenswood but left wanting to watch PLL.
Like, is PLL worth it? And then they're like, oh, honey, you have to go back to season 1.
Should I watch PLL?
Because I liked Ravenswood and I hear the two are linked and this girl Hannah shows up. Caleb's a cutie.
Yep.
Oh, oh my gosh. And imagine watching Ravenswood and then you go to PLL. I mean, I guess that would be an interesting question for when we finish Ravenswood.
I know. So many R's.
When we finish Ravenswood, we can think like, wow, would this make me want to go to PLL? Do I need more of this world?
Yeah. I feel like we probably could have named this town something else because it's a whole made up town. This didn't happen, obviously, in the books. Caleb wasn't even a thing in the book. So, like, we just made this from scratch. Thing. I get that. And also, we didn't really see any ravens in this episode. I don't even think we see any next week. So, it's kind of like you lost the plot on that one.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll continue. Because that one episode with Toby and Spencer, the raven drives into the car. So, at least there was that aspect of, showing us. But nothing yet. Yeah. So, and I like the little intro. We don't need the music. It's very like Halloween spooky.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So we'll be back 2 through 5. We're going to binge it. Hopefully we'll see you there. And if not, we'll see you in a couple weeks for 414.
That's right. All right. Yeah. Till next time.
Bye.